right, let's go ahead and get started. Glad you're here. We're going to do another mountain painting today. I've got pre-mixed colors already up here. I'm going to start with my pink. I like to have a pink sky behind my mountains. Especially here lately. Like I said before, I'm just on a roll with pink for some reason. I like it light behind my mountains. And if I put yellow in, and then I try to put blue on top of the yellow, well, that makes green. So something with some red in it, such as pink, works really well. I'm just going to throw this up here real quick, and then I'll blend it all together and make sure I'm down far enough here. I should be. Should be. So let's take some phthalo blue. I put way too much of this on my palette a while ago. By accident, I grabbed the wrong tube. I'm just going to bring this on down, typically like I do, like I normally do. Put a little streak in here. Let's get some Prussian blue. I like the corners to be pretty dark across the top. Let's get a little more. I'm pretty sure this is probably down far enough. Let me get a clean brush. Set my palette down, get a pretty clean brush here. Make sure it's clean. Now let's start blending this out. Start in your light area and work out. Do not start in the blue and work down. That would be horrible. That would be very, very bad. Just crisscross strokes, just like that. We're just going to get us a little bit at a time here and wipe our brush off. I don't want a whole lot of this blue mixing with this pink. I do, but not a bunch. Getting into that Prussian blue, it's starting to mix a little more. That really don't look too bad. See, I like how that looks. This is a great background for a mountain. Great sky, I think. That's my opinion, but that's what I think. All right. Let's go ahead and start with some mountains. This is Prussian blue, black, and brown. There's no crimson in it, no red. I took some of that, put it in here, added some white. This is going to be for a far away mountain. And I got two different shades of this color here. This is our topping for our mountain. And we'll get to that here in a minute. But I'm pretty much winging this a little bit today. I'm not sure. I know I want a mountain far back, at least one, and then I want one closer. So let's put one right here. Maybe put a nub right there, I don't know. Like I said, we'll figure it out as we're going along. Got to use your imagination. Let's go ahead and let's scrape some of this color off, and we'll just go ahead and pull this one out and get it over with. Find me a brush. This brush here does not look clean, so it might be a good one to use. Thought I got it clean, but you know, so that's why you got to test your brushes on your paper towels before you stick it up here on your canvas. This is a wet on wet, by the way. I think I forgot to mention that. I do mountains dry a lot of times, but this is a wet on wet today. I need practice doing them, to be quite honest with you, because I don't do them a lot, where I try to teach people how to make their paint break. And I always say don't use liquid white on your mountains, and I demonstrate that a lot. And by me demonstrating means I'm getting out of practice doing these wet on wets where I do put liquid white up here. But that's okay, as long as you stay practiced up. Gotta practice. Let's see here. Let's do the close-up mountain. I'm going to use the darker color for the closer mountain. And I'm not really sure. I'm just going to throw something in here real quick. And all you're really concerned about is the top edge. As you can see, we pull them out pretty well. Bring this up a little higher. I like really tall peak mountains for some reason. I just think they look pretty sharp. Nice, in other words. Stand back and take a look, see what we're doing here. Put another one right here. Try to make things look different each time I paint something. I try anyway. It can be difficult. Scrape your paint off. Wipe your knife off. Get our brush back we were using. We're going to start pulling this out. I'm not sure how far down to bring it, so I'll try to bring it plenty far enough down. We want the front mountain to cross in front of the back mountain. Makes sense, right? I'm just going to go ahead and pull it on over. Pull down a little more. All right, let's start with our top of our mountains. This is lighter than this. This is brown with a touch of burnt sienna and white. This is brown and white. This goes on the back mountain. We want it lighter. Just start right here, get you a start. Lightly touch it. And I'm not exaggerating. When I say lightly touch it, I mean really lightly touch it. If you paint these at home, you know exactly what I'm saying. Lightly. I mean, I hold my stinking knife so light, I mean, I almost drop it a lot of times. That's plenty far enough there. Let's get into our darker color now. Let's start over here. And just keep wiping your knife off. Let's start right here on this one. I hope I made enough. I try to make enough, man. I tell you, I just don't make enough of this stuff. No matter how much I make, it doesn't seem to be enough. I'm going to curve it around like this. This was what gives it the effect of gives it the illusion of the mountain turning, is when you bring it around like this. I'm going to have to pull my painting out a little bit. That's what's going on. I was thinking, what is going on? I have to set it out on the edge sometimes because of this palette design, or this easel design I have. Let's go ahead and let's put some right here. I think I like this collar that's on here. Because I put a little burnt sienna in it this time, just to give it a different flavor. And I am barely touching this, as I was saying. Let's bring this down a little more and connect those two. We'll bring this down a little more. A little bit more right here. I don't want a bunch of that down in there. Oh, let's see here. Let's bring this one on over a little bit. Bring this on down like so. So far, I think I really like it. So far, I think it's all right. Let's hope it stays that way, right? Okay. Step back, take a look. Let's go ahead and mix this up a shadow color. I'm going to take this color right here that I use for this back mountain, and I think I'm going to add a little white to it so we can see it. You can see it at home, basically, is why I'm doing this. Because if you can't see it at home, it's no good to me. I want you to be able to see this. And I think you can see this. Make it just a touch darker if I can. It's almost too light, I think, but it's supposed to be a little lighter. It's back. It's sitting back. Yeah, that mixed it up a little. I think that's okay. Let's go ahead and do our front mountain here. Let's take this real dark color, and I might just take some of this and throw in here. That'll lighten it a little bit. Maybe need to be a little lighter even. We're just going to play with it till we get it the way we want it. That's what we normally do. Let's test it. Maybe a little lighter. Get some on your knife here. Let's see how light this is. I think you can see this pretty well. Let's wipe it off. Let's get us some more. Let's bring it all the way down into here. We'll bring her on down into here. I'm going to have to move my paper towels, I think. I'm starting to hit them. When you start hitting your paper towels, it's time to move them. I might do the same thing right here. I might bring this around a little bit. Yeah, I gotta move these towels. I hate to move them, they're so convenient. Because now I gotta fight with them when I wipe my knife off. Let's get a little bit more right here. Let's put a little bit right there. I'm going to have to switch knives though, I believe. I got a small knife. I got a large knife and a small knife. It makes it real convenient. Okay. Let me finish this area here. Let me get this brush back out. See, that's what I mean. I usually don't come down far enough, as far as I would like. And I did it again. No matter how far down I come, it seems like it's not enough. I think that should be good. Okay, let's bring this, let's put a little bit more stuff right in here. Just a little bit here. Now let me see if I can make it a little darker without overdoing it. It's hard not to overdo things. See, it's pretty dark. Even though I want it dark, how dark do I really want it? There's a fine line between doing something and then overdoing it. I mean, that's not too dark, I guess, but stand back and look. I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's go ahead, put some white. I'm gonna put my towels back up here for a moment. Go ahead and put some white on top of this, put some snow on it before we go any further. Let's take some clean white. I got a little bit here, not a lot. Let's just skim. This is really not very much, but let's see what we can do with it. We don't want a ton of it up here. Excuse me. But we do want it noticeable. We want you to be able to see it. Mainly on the top areas. Just like so. This is really where we want it. You know, higher elevations means snow, right? Let me step back and look. Maybe a little right here. Uh-oh. Got my brush into some blue. I mean my knife. Let's see if I can get rid of some of that, what I just put up there. I don't want that. Okay. Let me maybe roll these paper towels out. That's what happened. I tried to clean my knife off and I hit a blue patch. Now let me go around and I'm going to touch up. Like this straight line here, I don't like that. I'm just touching up a little bit here and there. What I don't like, I'll fix. Let me get some of this other color here. You got to touch up. If you want your mountains to look good, you got to touch them up sometimes. You always want your mountains to look good. Very important. Very, very, very important. Just a little more here. All right, let's see if we can soften a little bit of this. I got two brushes here in my hand. Put a little bit of white in this brush. Mystify it a little. Let's see, is that how I want that, or I want to bring that down a little bit? Well, maybe I want to bring this one down just a little more. We're adjusting. Let's just bring this down just a little bit. Just a little bit more. I think it probably should have came down a little more. Like I've always said, get it how you want it. Because I'm not going to put nothing in this area right there, I don't believe. I'm winging it, so I don't really know, but I don't think I am. So we're just going to kind of bring it down a little further. Yeah, that's a lot better there. Just kind of soften some of this up. I got my little brush out because I can't take this big brush and stick in here. So let's see if I can do anything with this little brush to soften this. Little harder to get in this area. Let me put a little bit of that back. If I can. I don't want it quite like that. Took too much away. Be a little easier this time. Hard to get it perfect. You know, in your mind you're thinking one thing, and let's go ahead while I'm dreaming here. Let's go ahead and put some water in here. Let's take this, put some white in it. Daggone it, I got some pink. That's all right, I'm gonna put pink in anyway. Let's go ahead and throw some water right here. Let's throw a little pink in it. Sky's pink. Okay, let's make this bottom part really dark. I don't know how far to bring it over. You know what, since this is dark, I'm gonna go ahead and, this is the mountain color I was using. I'll go ahead and just do all this down here. This has to be dark anyway. So I'll just pretend like we know what we're doing here. We'll make that. And I will throw some dark over here. Did you notice I said we'll pretend like we know what we're doing? I think we'll do this today. I just try to do different things because I know everybody gets tired of seeing, and I don't blame you. Everybody likes to see different stuff. And we'll just have the water just coming toward us a little bit. At least I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, I don't like that, so I'm going to change something. Get me a towel. Wipe off that water. Should be coming over a little more, I do believe. Let me wipe this off. This looks kind of silly, to be quite honest. Let me wipe this off a little. It's real dark. Real dark. Pink. Okay, I think, I'm like I said, I'm winging this. I'm a little confused, but I think we're going to start putting some background stuff in and see how we're going to see how this works. I may make this all water, most of this. So let's start right here. Let's just see how this looks. I want to make this kind of just a tree line going at the base of the mountains. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure how this will look, but we're gonna find out real quick. I mean, this is how you gotta do it, man. You gotta see what works. If it don't work, you just gotta do something else. I don't know. And if you're new to painting, I don't advise winging anything. I would say to go ahead and get a picture to look at, because it's much easier. I'm not just saying that. Always have something to look at. I do this a lot of times, just because I just don't have really anything to go by. So I think we're gonna make that our, let me look a second. I think it's probably going to be okay, because I may put a sliver of land with some pine trees just to fill in some of this. I think it's going to be all right. Okay, I do need some in the water here, so I'll go ahead and put some stuff in the water so we can pull reflections down. And I'm going to do the same right here. You always got to have reflections if you got water like this. Okay, I'm going to put a little greenery on it now. Take some cad yellow light and some green, and just spruce things up just a little. Put a little color in here. Wherever you think it needs it. The sun's coming down this way, obviously. Wipe your brush off, get you some more. You don't have to be precise with these. Are pretty far away in our minds. Put them in the water. Do the same far away, just for color. Put them down here in the water. bring this around more. All right, let's go ahead and pull some reflections down. Let me make sure I got the right brush for this. I think I do. And this is really wet. You have to decide where your reflections are going to be. You gotta have reflections. Just try to pull them straight down. Try your best. We're going to probably end it right there. And just, I got my paper towels in my hand. I'm continuously wiping this. Let's get a few more right here. I don't think I got that up quite high enough. Now you want to give it the mirrored look the best you can. You barely run it across. I mean, if you ain't careful, you'll wipe them off. I've done that plenty of times. Nothing to be proud of, trust me. Now let's go ahead and get us a water line. While we're at it, this water line here, I'm not sure how much of it you'll actually see, because I'm going to put something right here. But this one you will see. That one there you will see. I'm not sure about that one quite yet. I'll take my small knife, I'll put a little something in there. Just a little something. That's probably good. I do these kind of paintings a little different than I normally do things. Because normally I would take a brush and I would put stuff here and I would mix it all up. But these are wet on wet. These are a little different. So I do them a little different. This is cad yellow light. Sun's coming down from the upper right, so we want this pretty bright right in here. I may make that a dirt bank right there. I think that might look pretty good. I'll probably have to go over some of this grass again. I almost know I will. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Now this over here, I'll throw some grass in. I'll put something over here. I may put a big dead tree. I don't know. I'll put something. It gets darker down in here, obviously, because of the angle of the sun. I'm gonna go ahead and put some brown right here. I'm gonna make this a dirt bank right here. All right, I'm back. I think I'm gonna put a fallen tree right here. Here's a stump. I'm not done with it, obviously. But I think that's what I'm going to do right there. And I think we need some pine trees. Need a nice sized one here. Need at least 3. I was considering putting a big dead tree right here, but I'm not sure because I got one there. So let's start right here. We need at least 3. Probably right here. It's too late now, ain't it? That's the problem. When you do it, it's done. This brush is just about beat up to the point I can't hardly use it anymore. Real close. Real close to being ready for the boneyard. We'll put one there kind of leaning. Probably need one right here. I'll bring it all the way, make it a little taller. Yeah, this brush is just about gone. I'm rough on my brushes. I mean, I'll be honest with you. But that's what they're for, right? Not to be rough with, but to use. Now let's put us a nice sized one up top here. Let's put us one way up in here. I do this just to mark it out, just to keep me going straight. All right, brush one more time. Let's see if we can do it one more time. Hang in there, brush. Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good composition. 3 trees, 3 pine trees, a dead tree. I think that's probably okay. Let me wipe this brush off. So let's get some green and yellow. Let's go over these trees one more time. They look a little rough. Let's see here. Just brighten them up a little. Didn't want that much yellow on there. Just want them just a little brighter. I think I need more green in that. Yellow, green, yellow, green. Just try to go over what you've done already. Okay, that's probably good. Now let's go ahead and put some highlights on these trees while we're standing around. Let's go ahead and take some pure cad yellow light. And let's go ahead and start putting some highlights on these trees. Sun's coming down from the right, coming down this way. I'm probably going to stop it down in here because the next tree is probably shading it. I'm going to set this palette down. Oh, let's go ahead and do this one. Got to keep wiping your brush off. Keep wiping. That might be about enough because this tree here is probably blocking that one. Let's go ahead and do this one. Keep wiping. You don't want to just get the edge, you want to come in a little bit. Don't just get the edge. Just keep going. All the way down. Because there shouldn't be a tree in front of this one. That looks pretty good. Well, folks, that looks like a wrap. I think it turned out pretty nice. I like it. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos. And thanks for watching.